Greetings fellow Decepticons, Sandblaster1987 here with another Transformers animated review. Today, after a few false starts and promises that never went anywhere on the channel, I'll be bringing you Transformers Animated Voyager Class Grimlock, the leader of the Dinobots, boyfriend of Blackarachnia and longtime rival of Optimus Prime. This version of Grimlock didn't actually get named by another character, he named himself after a portmanteau of something Megatron said in his first debut episode, about how Megatron said his prospects were grim, locked in the laboratory of Isaac Sumdac, and thus, while he was still in control of the Dinobots at the time, Grimlock, the T-Rex of the trio, basically just named himself Grimlock after that group of words that Megatron said. So, as you can see here, he is faithfully represented in his more modern horizontal T-Rex form, although of course with a wave of joints where you can also make him a G1 accurate vertical T-Rex to a certain extent, although there's no joint there neck to make him look the right way in vertical form. Articulation wise, there's a spring-loaded button on the back of the neck that makes his jaw chomp, like so. A feature they should have given to Bulkhead in my opinion, since Bulkhead and Grimlock have the same jaw type. There's also a big light piping block at the back here as well. Then you've got a inward hinge here for the transformation, which makes the arms move a little bit. Then you've got ball jointed shoulders for the robot mode arms slash dino mode legs. Then you've got a double knee slash elbow joint for the transformation's sake. I suppose it would be an ankle tilt in this mode, which is of course the wrist swivel for robot mode. And the talons or claws or whatever can close in like a hand, like so. That'll be important later. For size comparison, here is animated Voyager Grimlock in T-Rex mode next to Revenge of the Fallen Shanghai Showdown Optimus Prime, the repaint of the 2007 First Strike Optimus figure, which I'll be reviewing another time. And here he is next to McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Joker. So you can see how he scales next to a humanoid action figure. Grimlock's main feature is this flame sword, which was also seen in the, Kyber the Huntsman spaceship vault of stolen trophies and relics and such from Ben 10 Omniverse, along with Lockdown's hook hand. Now, unfortunately my copy, the springs have worn out over time. Ideally, these pop-out flames here would be able to lock in when you push this lever down like so, and then only be unlocked again when the button inside the sword handle is twirled around inside the gimmick lever on one of Grimlock's hands. Unfortunately again the springs are worn out on my copy and the latch doesn't work because clear plastic and springs don't mix. But you can actually, if you're careful, force Grimlock's mouth open like so and wedge the sword in there to mimic his fire-breathing ability from the cartoon. The ability Blackarachnia stole from him more than once. So, to transform Grimlock, what you want to do first is separate these panels here from the sides, like so. Then split the tail in half and splay this along the sides of the legs, like so. Then unfold these bits of the back here to become the robot legs, and of course spread out the legs as well, like so. Double hinge these pieces back to become the heel spurs, to have them into place so they don't move too much. Same with both sides. Apologies if Grimlock appears faded or slightly yellowed on camera. I've had this guy since childhood, so he'll have received a bit of sun damage over the years. Then what you want to do next is fold the side dino neck panels outwards, bring the dino arms inwards, and fold the whole assembly back like so. Slide the torso assembly upwards, then bring this square peg here into this hole on the back, like so, locking that part of the assembly in position. Then what you want to do is splay these pieces out like wings and bring the dino head forward so that this rectangular peg goes into this slot here, locking this into place. On Grimlock's back, Then, next, what you want to do is rotate the wrist like so, bring the claws in to become a hand shape, then sink the upper part of the knee joint into itself to shorten the elbow. And here we have Grimlock's set robot mode more or less complete. Just give me a second to do the same to the other arm, like so. And here we have animated Voyager Grimlock in robot mode. Again, he's got a massive light piping block at the back of his head here to make his eyes light up. And the right wrist is the one with the trigger button inside that would have activated the sword flames if the sword springs hadn't worn out over time like mine have. And it would really help if I didn't start losing my grip on things in the middle of a review. Bear with me. So, what would normally happen with animated Grimlock is you would rotate the wrist either way, and when you hear a slight click, that's when the lever will be hit and the flames will pop out. So, articulation-wise, Grimlock has got a 360-degree swivel of the neck, which is restricted by the, collar sculpting combined with his bulkhead-style lantern jaw type mouth going on there. You've got the same ball-jointed shoulders but with the Dino mode hips earlier. You've still got the, double elbow, though it's slightly restricted now that it's been sunk in on itself. You've still got the wrist swivel and the, claw hinges like so. You've now got a waist swivel as well due to the, engineering being unlocked. Not part of the transformation, but it's a neat feature they added in back then. Then you've got restricted forward movement and backward movement at the hips due to the way the sculpting works, and you've got some slight outward movement there as well, somewhat restricting yet again. You've got a broken looking outward knee movement for transformation that would be useful for after a fall type stop motion injury poses. You've got a swivel below the knee joint and a really deep knee joint due to the way the transformation works. Nothing of the feet due to transformation, but there is a halfway hinge on the tail as well. Not that it's useful in any capacity, but still. For size comparison again, here is Grimlock next to McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Joker, and now these two can look each other in the eye. So, that more or less concludes my review of animated Voyager Grimlock, who was voiced by David Kaye in the series, as possibly a reference to the T-Rex Megatron from Beast Wars. David Kaye also voiced Optimus Prime and Lugnut in animated, so he's one of the very few actors to have voiced both Optimus Prime and Megatron. The other being Daniel Riordan, who voiced RID 2001 Megatron and the Omega Prime combination of Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus. But that's a story for another video. So, I've been StarBlaster1987, thanks again for watching. My next toy review will be the LEGO Shield Helicarrier set from the Age of Ultron tie-in, set 76042. But until then, my next review altogether will be my animation review of the original 60s Thunderbird series. Till then, till all are one.